With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even return.
Caitlin Clark's decision to join the EuroLeague has sent shockwaves through the basketball world. The WNBA's biggest star is packing her bags for Europe, and the WNBA could be in trouble. Clark, who brought a lot of attention with her amazing rookie season and exciting rivalries, is now juggling between Europe and the WNBA. With her focus divided, the league faces a serious challenge to keep fans engaged.
They get a gift sent to them called Caitlin Clark. She is sprinkling magic all around the WNBA, making a sport that no one likes likable and watchable. And instead of showing any gratitude towards Caitlin Clark, they have set out to destroy Caitlin Clark.
Let's break it down. The EuroLeague Women is the top women's basketball competition in Europe, but it needs to get the hype it deserves. Running from October to April, it's perfect for Clark to dominate year-round.
And from the sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season. Now, Gabby Williams is a player who came on my radar during the Olympics. She played for Team France, and this past season, she played for the Seattle Storm.
Clark's not just playing more games, she's expanding her brand and taking on international competition. It's a smart move. While the WNBA runs shorter seasons with mostly American talent, the EuroLeague pulls in players from around the world. It's basketball at its finest, with teams from all over Europe battling it out. The WNBA might be worried right now. Clark, who drew major attention with her incredible rookie season, is now splitting time between Europe and the WNBA, creating a big challenge for the league. Clark's part-time role means less screen time, less hype, and fewer big moments. She was supposed to be the future face of the WNBA, so losing her, even part-time, is a huge blow.
Feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games in the Big Three. So the money is there, and if these owners are smart with it, I could definitely see more WNBA players going overseas.
Clark is outsmarting everyone by playing in both top leagues, boosting her global profile. While others stick to one, she's seizing every opportunity without missing a step. On the commercial side, Clark's move to Europe opens up a whole new market and fan base. European basketball fans are passionate, and now they'll see her skills up close. Her worldwide popularity is about to take off. The WNBA banked heavily on Clark, and now their marketing efforts have taken a big hit. She was their plan to push the league into its next growth phase, the face of the future and a social media star. But with Clark heading to Europe part-time, they're left with a huge gap to fill. Here's the proof. Since Clark arrived in the WNBA, viewership for Indiana Fever games has skyrocketed. Her rivalry with Angel Reese? People live for that drama. Her deep threes? Viral gold. The WNBA has been riding the Clark wave. But with her balancing time between leagues, those jaw-dropping moments will be fewer and far between.
Look at his rookie salary, which was around $55 million for 4 years, and then you look at Caitlin Clark's $300 and I think it was $38,000 salary that she signed for 4 years. That is about the same amount more. It's around 162 times more that Victor made than Caitlin. So if
Clark's playing the long game, not just chasing short-term wins. She's expanding her brand, elevating her game, and building a legacy on a global scale. This isn't just about seeking a new challenge. It's a strategic move that's set to reshape the future of women's basketball. Now let's talk about why the EuroLeague might be better than the WNBA. The WNBA runs from May to early September, a short season, but the EuroLeague offers 6 months of intense basketball, giving Clark more time to showcase her skills and get extra exposure. And the competition? The WNBA's full of American ballers, no doubt. But EuroLeague Women? That's a whole global affair. One night, you're squaring up against a team from Russia that's all about brute strength. The next, it's a slick, fast-paced squad from Turkey. It's like a world tour of basketball styles.
Games, they always sold out. Unbelievable. So Atlanta would normally have 3,000, 4,000 people. Now they have 17,000 people, and they sold 1,000 standing room only tickets. So when we walked into the arena, people were on that third balcony looking down at the tops of our players' heads to watch.
Sure, the WNBA's got the bright lights and social media buzz, but EuroLeague Women, it's a different beast. They're not about the flash, they're about the fundamentals. It's basketball purist paradise. It's less about who can sink the most threes from 30 feet out, and more about team play, precision, and executing strategies to perfection. Let's not overlook the history and prestige. The EuroLeague has been around since 1958, showcasing the best women's basketball talent for over 60 years. When Clark steps onto that court, she's not just playing another game, she's becoming part of basketball history. When it comes to money, EuroLeague's top players earn between $60,000 and $500,000 per season, and that's just the base range. Big stars like Diana Taurasi even made $1.5 million playing in Russia. Compare that to the WNBA's 2024 max salary of $241,984. EuroLeague doesn't just stop at salary. Many European clubs cover taxes, housing, transportation, and meals. So when your rent, car, and even dinner are handled, that salary stretches way further than it would in the States.
Biggest team in Europe, but and I didn't, I knew it, but didn't know how big they were. And we travel like superstars, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds like a dream. Traveling around Europe, playing basketball.
Like we went to Paris played in Paris for the EuroLeague Championship.
Here's the twist. Clark isn't shutting the door on the WNBA. She's still keeping the option open for a return, which says a lot about her character, not just as a player, but as a person. She could have walked away and focused solely on Europe, but that's just not who she is. Instead, she's giving the WNBA another shot, almost daring the league to step up its game. It's like she's saying, I'm still here, but you need to improve. After everything, the fact that she's still open to returning is an opportunity the WNBA can't afford to mess up. For her fans, it's a mixed bag of emotions. On one hand, we're excited that we might still get to see her play a few WNBA games. On the other, it's bittersweet knowing she's spending more time overseas where not all of us can follow her journey as closely. But you know what? Clark deserves to be in a place where she can just play basketball without all the nonsense. If Europe is that place for her right now, then more power to her. There's hope though. The fact that Clark hasn't fully walked away from the WNBA means she still sees a future there. If the WNBA can fix the biased officiating and address the racial issues properly, who knows? Clark might fully return and dominate the league like the superstar she is, without all the extra baggage. Until then, we'll watch her shine in Europe, proving she's more than just a star. She's a global icon in the making.
If you want to have a league that makes money and pays you millions of dollars, come over here to the XX League. Why will they listen? I've already told you. They need leverage in their collective bargaining agreement negotiations.
The basketball world is buzzing with shocking news that could change the game. The EuroLeague is ready to make a huge offer to Caitlin Clark, tempting her to leave the WNBA. This move could leave the WNBA without its biggest star.
This is all orchestrated, what they're doing. None of this is on accident. It is absolutely, every bit of it is orchestrated. And it goes beyond trying to destroy Caitlin Clark. The real agenda is to destroy free speech. The WNBA is a political organization.
Clark's time in the WNBA hasn't been easy. She's faced a toxic environment and unfair treatment. Some think this is the perfect chance for her to escape and show her true value. The EuroLeague offer could pay her 10 times what she makes in the WNBA. Plus, they might treat her better.
Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats. Those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to the people in our league, the organization, the WNBA.
Clark has been a game changer for the WNBA. She's brought in record crowds and viewers, but some players and commentators have tried to bring her down. Now, with this offer, those critics might regret their actions.
Some of us felt like maybe she hadn't proved it in the WNBA, but at this point, she certainly has. So she proved everybody wrong.
What about the guards? Let's talk about the guards that didn't make it. Talk about the guards that did make it. How they play, Andrea? Because you were one of the ones that say she didn't earn it. How did the guards play that within the Olympics? How did they play?
For sure, but we can't take how Caitlin finished the W season and pivot that to how she would have done in the Olympics. That's a completely different argument.
The EuroLeague's interest in Clark shows how valuable she is. They're willing to pay top dollar for her talent. This deal could make her one of the highest paid players in women's basketball, both in the US and abroad. For Clark, this move could be a defining moment. It's a chance to join a league that truly values her skills. Despite carrying the WNBA on her back and breaking records, Clark hasn't always gotten the respect she deserves. The news has caused tension in the WNBA. Many players are jealous that Clark, still early in her career, could earn so much more than them. In a league where players fight hard for decent pay, the idea of Clark earning 10 times more overseas has created unease. Some see Clark as abandoning the WNBA, leaving her fellow players to keep fighting for better pay. This has led to conflicts within the league. Some players are upset that Clark's departure could weaken the WNBA, while others respect her choice to seek better opportunities.
That's tough because you got to win one. I feel like that college is one of those spaces where you got to win one for them to even have your name in the conversation. And it took me 3 years to win mine, so it's hard. But congratulations to her. I know my teammate KP was just like, yeah, that's huge. That's a lot of points, and that don't take that for granted. They were getting them up 100%. So congratulations to her. But I think she got to win her one to really kind of have her name in that. But I mean,
Initially, Clark had said she wanted to take a break after her rookie WNBA season. She talked about needing rest and recovery, but now it seems she's changed her mind. The poor treatment she's received in the WNBA might have influenced this decision. Clark's impact on the WNBA has been massive. She's been the league's biggest draw, bringing in record viewership and filling arenas. The Indiana Fever, Clark's team, even broke attendance records. Her jersey sales have soared, making her one of the most recognizable faces in women's sports. Despite all she's done for the league, the WNBA hasn't always treated Clark well. Instead of supporting her, they've allowed negativity and jealousy to overshadow her contributions. This lack of support has fueled rumors about her potential move to Europe.
And one. She is incredibly well controlled off of the bounce, absorbing the contact, getting it to go high off the glass.
6 rebounds, 5 assists. She leads in points, rebounds, and assists. Clark from the logo and knocks it down.
The game plan is to force her to put the ball on the floor when you got to be up in her space to do that.
Clark's rookie year in the WNBA was full of challenges. She faced opposition at every turn. Even her remarkable performances were unfairly criticized. The hostility Clark faces seems to come from jealousy over her success. Some players feel threatened by all the attention she gets, but Clark has earned that attention. She's changed the league with her incredible skills and her ability to bring in big crowds. The WNBA's failure to protect and support Clark has not only hurt her, but also damaged the league's reputation. Fans are starting to question why the WNBA doesn't show more appreciation for its most valuable player.
They need leverage in their collective bargaining agreement negotiations. These women already, half the WNBA right now is overseas playing in some foreign league right now because they don't make enough money during the WNBA season to take care of themselves at the level they want to for all year.
If Clark moves to the EuroLeague, it could be for a salary up to 10 times what WNBA players make. For many WNBA players stuck with smaller contracts and less recognition, this potential deal adds to their frustration with Clark. But the reality is that Clark deserves this opportunity. She's worked hard to elevate women's basketball. If the WNBA won't give her the respect and financial reward she's earned, it makes sense for her to look elsewhere. The EuroLeague seems to offer Clark not just financial security, but also a chance to grow as a player without the toxic atmosphere she's experienced in the WNBA. By allowing this deal to be possible, the WNBA is essentially admitting they haven't treated Clark well enough to keep her. If the WNBA had built a better relationship with Clark based on mutual respect and recognition of her talents, she might not be considering a move to Europe. But because they've allowed jealousy and rivalry to interfere, Clark is now on the verge of leaving the league entirely. The EuroLeague, on the other hand, recognizes Clark's value. They're ready to offer her a deal that reflects her true worth. This is a win for Clark, but a significant loss for the WNBA, which may soon find itself without its biggest star.
That should be celebrated, and it's because of Caitlin Clark. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy.
Clark's fan base isn't just large, it's incredibly dedicated. People don't just watch her play, they're emotionally invested in her success. This loyalty has grown because of the resilience Clark has shown throughout her career, especially during her challenging rookie season in the WNBA.
What are you most excited to see?
Her playing. She's a good three-point shooter. I love watching her score and just everything about her. I got an Iowa t-shirt for Caitlin Clark. We couldn't find a Caitlin Clark one, so an Iowa one will do.
If Clark decides to leave the WNBA for Europe, her fans will likely follow. They're loyal to her as an individual and believe she deserves the best treatment possible, regardless of where she plays. If supporting her means following her career across the world, they'll do it without hesitation. Clark's potential move to the EuroLeague could be a groundbreaking moment in women's basketball. It could mark a shift in power dynamics between international leagues and the WNBA. As the EuroLeague prepares to offer her a record-breaking contract, it highlights